John Wayne. John, first off, thank you for the 10 spot. I appreciate it. Okay. Laker fans love to have it both ways. This season's house money, but they are also championship contenders. Today, LeBron is old. Tomorrow, he's top 5. Stop it. You stop it. Let me break that down for you here real quick. Okay, let me give you this. Let me pick a team in the end. I got it. I got a team for you. Cleveland Cavaliers started the season, and the perception was one way, right? Now the Cleveland Cavaliers, I don't think anybody thought when the season started, and I guarantee you Cleveland Cavalier fans didn't think when the season started, hey, we got a real shot at winning an NBA championship. If they were being honest with each other and you said, who's coming out of the East? Boston, New York, maybe Milwaukee. Those are kind of the 3 teams that you had in mind. Okay. The Cavs are 55-10. So now that we're 65 games into the season, by the way, they've won 15 games in a row. We're 65 games into the season. Can the perception of a team in the beginning of the season not change as the season progresses? Of course it can. That's how the NBA works. That's how sports works. You might look at one team and they were a championship contender, and then you look at them down the road and you're like, yeah, I don't know what the hell this team is anymore. This is why I'm tying this in. I'm tying the Cavs to the Lakers. The Lakers get Luka. Instantly you get Luka and you're like, no, I don't think they have the roster for it. You need another big. You need more size. You need a roster that can be built around Luka. Okay, and then we see 10, 15 games in, it's like, wait a minute. Their defense is one of the best in the NBA. Luka and LeBron are shining together. Other role players are stepping up. They're beating teams above 500. They're looking really good. They're finding different ways to win. We can't change our perception on it? Of course we can. Okay, let's look at the LeBron piece of this. Did anybody think when the season started, LeBron James would still be a top 10 player in the league? I didn't. I didn't think that. One of the things I like doing, and I've told you guys this before, I got no. If I say something to you guys, and then a month later or a couple weeks later, I'm like, hey, you know what? I definitely didn't call that one accurately. It's okay. I'd rather tell you guys I didn't call it accurately and just kind of roll with the punches from there. Nobody thought LeBron would be top 10 coming into this season. I don't think many people did. If you guys want to go to other people's receipts and they did, God bless them. That's a great prediction by them. You can tell me LeBron hasn't been playing like a top 5-7 player this year? He has. Lakers, before LeBron got injured, number 2 seed in the Western Conference. It also matters, your value goes up when your team is good as well. So, John, nobody's going to have a comment or a statement and everything is the same all the way through the season. Things are going to change. It's a fluid thing. I remember I used to listen to one of my favorite guys behind a microphone, Max Kellerman. I've told you guys this before. Max was one of my favorite to watch, one of my favorite to listen on radio. And I remember people would always give him shit for when Max would say, or he was having a debate and an argument with Stephen A. Smith. And he reached a point in the conversation where Stephen A. would say, oh, well, you're going back on your word. And and Max would always say, no, I just got more data. The more data I get, then the better, what's the word I'm looking for? Educated opinion I could give on the topic. With anything in life, the more data that you get, the better you can give an opinion on something. The better you can have an educated opinion on something. And I always felt like Max would always kind of throw that in. Max would be like, well, I got more data. So because I got more data, I'm going to change some of my answer or my positioning because I didn't have that data before. So anyways, to go on your point there, and I appreciate the super. I love, John, you come on here, and a lot of times I think you disagree with either myself or something that the people are saying in the comments. All good, but we'll have that conversation about it. So that's my opinion on that. So I appreciate you throwing that in there. All right, let's see some of the comments here. Take a look here, some of the comments. Of course, you didn't think Braun was going to beat Braun this year. You thought AD had the power too. You're right about that. I did. Ooh, that's the line right there. Dad of 3. Max would say, facts change, so does my opinion. Good way to put it. Roger, I think there were a lot of people that kind of feel the same way with you on that. Says, I was ashamed to be a Lakers fan when Lakers drafted Bronny. This Luka trade brought life back. I wouldn't say ashamed, but there was a lot of times it's like, oh my God, what is going on with this organization? Are they really, does he just get pick and choose and all that stuff? I think the Luka thing, I was never going anywhere, but I think a lot of people have came back to the Lakers since they got Luka. I love these. Sleep, always shooting in the dark. A month ago, he was saying AD had the power in the organization. Anybody disagree with that a month ago? Anybody disagree with that? Remember when AD went to Shams and was like, we need another big. You're right. I was pumping out content. Pelinka, you're going to listen to the best player on your team? You're going to listen to the future of your team? Or are you not? Anybody disagreeing with that at that time? I mean, there's a reason why this was the most shocking trade in NBA history. I mean, it had less to do with AD. I think people just really didn't think AD was going to get traded. However, with all that in mind, the shock was the Luka piece of it. Nobody thought AD was getting traded. Nobody did. And again, you guys got receipts on me. You can pull up those receipts. That's okay. I say a lot of things for a lot of hours a week. You're not going to hit everything. You're not going to hit everything. All right, if you enjoyed this clip and you want more, just subscribe to the channel. Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. is the Sliwa Show. And then after every Lakers game, post-game show right here.